Hello there, and welcome to a game that I have not played on this channel yet, Ragdoll Universe. So, this is a really fun shooter game on Roblox. It's basically like a shooter game but with Ragdoll. I just rubber banded hard. What was that? So, it's basically Ragdolls. Like, as you can see, my character here is just, it's a Ragdoll, but with a lot of with a lot of guns and other things. It used to be called Ragdoll Mayhem and is now called Ragdoll Universe. And it's extremely fun. I've been playing this game for like 2.5 years at this point, a little more than that actually, and I just love this game so much. So this episode, I'm gonna be going over all of the guns in this game. Well, that aren't mystery guns because I don't have all of them. I'm not gonna go through items yet because I don't have all of them discovered. And there's this one last gun, the Derringer up here, that I had to discover. I spent 30 minutes trying to look for it, that I discovered, so I could actually use it for this video. So yeah, we'll start with basic, that's what the rarity is. I'm just gonna call them common though. So the hunting rifle, this is basically it's of course a sniper without a scope. Its damage is good. It's what you would expect a bolt action thing to be. Its capacity is unfortunately lower than you would expect from something that looks like it's based off of a Mosin Nagant. So yeah, but it's good though. It's a decent common weapon. It used to be a god though. Revolver. This thing sucks. Although it used to be worse. The accuracy is, when you spam it, its accuracy sucks. Its fire rate's not very good. The damage is decent, but not the best, and its capacity is kind of low. Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's good. Sword. This is a melee weapon, and it's fine, I guess. This does 30, 30, 40. Yeah, it only takes 3 swings to take out someone. What's next? Solid shotgun, I believe. Yeah, this is a pretty good common. It's a shotgun with 2 shots and absolutely ridiculous damage output. The reload is really good, and it's also probably the least accurate shotgun. It's good though. It's a good common. Assault rifle. This is one of the best commons. It's an assault rifle. It's a basic M4 and 16 platform assault rifle. And it's got decent fire rate, kind of low damage, but very good accuracy. Yeah, I don't. Does it even have damage fall off? I don't know. Okay, it does, but it's really far away. Oh, most of this game is close range anyway, so you'll be fine. Alright, battle rifle. This is another one of the best commons in the game. It's got a good fire rate. Damage isn't great, but it's serviceable. 5 shot. You can kill 3 people with 1 magazine if you don't hit head. And 6 or actually, wait, yeah, 3. No. 3 if you hit headshot, and then 1 magazine you can take out. 5 if you hit head. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Accurate, good fire rate, okay damage. It's not the best for close range, but it can work. Oh, it's pretty accurate too. Okay. Scope assault rifle. This thing used to be a rare until pretty recently, and it was never mentioned in any patch notes that they moved it to a common. And they also moved it too. So, unfortunately, it's not in a good spot right now. Also, its reload is awful. Yeah, they completely wrecked this gun. It's not a bad gun, but it's not a bad combo. Nothing compared to its old self. First off, I hate this thing. This thing is awful. This is one of the weakest guns. In fact, it's probably the second worst gun in the game right now. I hate this thing. They keep buffing it, nerfing it, and then they've just been on a string of nerfs lately, when it was completely balanced before. This thing sucks. It takes so long to kill with it. It's accurate to a point. Its fall-off is worse than that of an assault rifle. Its damage is barely better, but its damage per second is much worse. Because of the burst. Yeah, it's just bad. No, just don't. Okay, this is... The reason that's the worst assault rifle isn't the worst gun in the game is because this exists. This thing is easily the worst gun in the game. Only 50 damage. It's got less damage than a hunting rifle, and it's only got one shot. And it does have a scope, but since a lot of this game's close range, that's not really useful. Yeah, and compare that to what it used to be when it had almost perfect no scope accuracy with 75 damage, and now it's awful. This is one of the weakest guns to ever exist in this game. I'm just gonna say it right here. Yeah. Poor crossbow. Pistol. You'd think this thing would be bad, but it's actually a decent combo. Good damage, well, decent damage with decent capacity and a high fire rate. It's basically like a closer range oriented, but it's like a battle rifle. I don't like it quite as much, but it's unfortunately the range fall off is also really bad, but it's still good. Paintball gun. This thing's pretty bad, but it's better than it used to be. It used to be rarer, and despite that, it used to be weaker. It's got, for an automatic, it's got okay damage. Fire rate is kind of bad, but better than it used to be. Accuracy is pretty cool. Like, what is this? Yeah, its capacity is really good. It's just weird. But yeah, it's good. Well, not good, but it's not, like, terrible either. Uzi. This is another top-level common. Basically, spam close, and it melts. It's not accurate, but it's not super inaccurate either, although it has awful range fall off. The damage, despite having such high fire rate, the damage is not too bad. And what's it called? The capacity kind of low, but the reload is good. Overall, very good common. Pocket shotgun, another top level common. I'm going to say this is probably the second best common in the game. I'll do a full ranking video on this in the future, by the way. I'll do ranking of these. It does less damage in the assault shotgun, but in every other department it's better. More accurate, with more range. More capacity, and a quicker reload. Yeah, it's just better. Yeah. It's good. Alright, SMG. This is the best common in the game. Easily the best common. This thing is a monster. It is basically Uzi, but more accurate. But with a bit less damage, but still, like... fire rate is still very high. The damage is a bit less, but it only slightly affects shots to kill. I believe it changes it from 9 shots to kill to 10 shots to kill. It's more accurate. The Uzi wasn't super inaccurate to begin with, but this thing is a laser. Still has bad range fall off, but since this game's close range, it doesn't completely matter. Yeah. This thing's a beast. I love this gun. Yeah. It's a beast. Derringer, this is a new one, and I have not used it much, but this is basically a two-shot. It's basically like it seems pretty bad. It can two-shot. It's like a assault shotgun, but it fires bullets instead of shotgun shells. It's got good damage, but the fall off kind of sucks, and its capacity is terrible. The reload isn't bad, but it's bad capacity, so yeah. What's its head? What's its headshot damage? Not very good. Okay. Yeah, that's not very good, but I don't hate it though. Alright, rares. I believe rares have the out of each of the rarities, the rares have the most guns. So yeah, rapid submachine gun. This is kind of like the Uzi, but like even more like fire rate, which is crazy. Its damage for shots sucks, but its fire rate's insane. Its capacity is kind of an in between of the Uzi and the SMG. Like in the fire rate. It's also pretty accurate too, actually, surprisingly. Although it is a Chris Vector, so I'm not super surprised. Yeah, it's good. And its range fall off is not good, but it's not actually too terrible either. Alright, heavy assault rifle. So yeah, oh yeah, compared to other rares, rapid submachine guns are completely middle of the pack rare though. Heavy assault rifle, this is a good rare. This thing used to suck, and now I like it. So, its capacity is not very good, sure the fire rate's not the best, and sure the accuracy is awful, but the close range damage potential of this is monstrous. You can absolutely melt someone at close range with it. I believe it's 6 shots it's 6 shots at close range, and I believe it's got actually not too bad of fall off either. It has a lot of range, even though its accuracy is trash, but you can tap fire with these. Yeah, I like it. Sniper. This is basically a scope version of the hunting rifle, but it's, even though it says bolt action description, it's semi-auto for some reason. And it's also, yeah, it's also got one more capacity, same damage. I guess it's better for long range, and I would say because the better fire rate, it's more similar for close range, the hunting rifle, and it's got more capacity, and I think it's got a slightly better reload too. Nah, it's more about the same. Yeah, sniper's good, and it has basically infinite range. Pump shotgun, this is the best rare. I would say that quite definitively the best rare in this game. This thing's a monster. It's basically the sawed-off shotgun, except it's more accurate, and it has more capacity. And basically pocket shotgun with less damage, pocket shotgun with less fire rate, but more damage. It can one-shot. The reload is awful though, but honestly, I wouldn't hold that against it too much. Yeah. Well, I gotta kind of land all the shots in the shotgun, so it does have less damage than the solid shotgun, but it's still a beast. Completely missed. Yeah, I love it. It's just a beast. Tommy gun. This is the definition of, oh, how the mighty have fallen. This used to be by far the best rare in the game. It was basically an assault rifle on crack. And now it isn't. Now it's pretty bad. Its damage is actually really good, and so is its fire rate, but its accuracy is appalling. It's got good range, but the accuracy just completely kills it. It just feels so bad compared to its old self. It was so good before. Alright, now military rifle. This is probably the weakest rare in the game. I haven't used a tomahawk much though, so I'm not really sure. It's pretty bad. It's horrible. It's awful. This is probably the third weakest in the game overall. Basically, why use this when you have a battle rifle? Sure, this is 4 shots instead of 5 shots. And sure, 2 shots head instead of 3 shots head. But it's basically the same accuracy. Both have basically infinite range. But this thing has much less capacity and less fire. There's no point in making the battle rifle exist. It just isn't. Except for the ping. The ping makes it interesting to use, but yeah, I don't like it at all. Hammer. It's better than the sword, but not by much. Basically sword does the exact same damage as the sword, but it just has insane knockback and stun, which is worse for killing, but better for just completely annoying the crap out of enemies. So yeah. Oh, there's a mystery weapon that's like that, that's broken. But like way better. Knife. This is, I would say, unless I haven't tested the tomahawk much, but I would say this is the best of the rare melee weapons in 3. This thing basically, it swings really fast. Sure, damage per swing sucks, but it's still a lot of damage like per second. And then if their enemies at 30 health, it just swings in 1 shot. Oh, and you can also throw it. Throwing really isn't a good strategy for it, but it does a lot of damage. 50 damage to the body, and if I can hit a headshot. Yeah, knife is good. What's next? Suppressed pistol. This is basically a regular pistol with less capacity, less capacity, but absolutely insane headshot damage. And it's also suppressed, but that doesn't really matter in this game. So, the normal body damage is the same. Fire rate is maybe slightly less. Capacity is much less, with capacity kind of an issue for it. The headshot damage is great. Although it used to be even better, but I don't really hate this gun, although I don't really love it either. It's decent, I guess. Dual pistols. These are great. I like this so far. It's really technically automatic. It fires 2 shots at once. Issuing 18, so that's technically, if you hit both, that's 36 damage per shot. So that's a 3 shot. And it's a 2 shot to the head. Technically, you only have, like... Technically, you only have 9 shots, so yeah, but it's 18 bullets. It's not, like, super accurate, but it's accurate enough. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Scoped SMG. This thing was, until recently, common. They basically switched the rarities of this and the rifle. Unlike that, unlike this, the scope pro rifle, they actually mentioned the rarity change for this thing in the patch notes. Actually, well, no, it was a common, and then they made it a legendary, and then they made it a rare. So, yeah. And it's also weaker than it used to be. The accuracy sucks. Sure, damage up is nice, but having bad accuracy, but also being a scope weapon is just why. I'm not a fan of it anymore. Best assault rifle. This is pretty bad. When it was added, it was absolute laser and OP, and then they completely wrecked it. And unlike the suppressed pistol, it also has bad headshot damage. Its main issue though is definitely accuracy. The accuracy sucks on it. I hate it. Also, another one that was nerfed pretty hard was the suppressed SMG, although this one was not nerfed as bad as the suppressed assault rifle. Suppressed SMG is actually decent. Sure, the headshot damage still sucks, and sure, the accuracy is very good, but the accuracy is still better, and it has better fire rate. The accuracy is better than the suppressed assault rifle, and that's the thing that matters. Yeah. Normal SMG is definitely better, though. Lever action rifle, this is a new one. I actually haven't gotten to test it much, so I guess I have to test it. Okay, damage is actually not very good. Fire rate's not good. 10 shots, okay. What's the head damage? Okay, 2 shots to the head. Basically like a faster hunting rifle, I guess. I don't really like it, though. And I don't really see the point. This is a battle rifle. Tomahawk, another new one. Okay, so this is 35 damage, so I believe 3 shot, okay. So it's basically a sword that you can throw. Okay. It disappeared, of course. It takes throwing damage. 75, that's a lot of throwing damage. 150. Okay, so this is actually pretty decent. I think the knife is a bit better, but this is still really good. Better than the hammer and the sword. Okay, and then 6-shooter. This is basically revolver, but better. It's got a bit, like, slightly less damage and quite a bit less headshot damage, but otherwise it's just a slight upgrade. Similar accuracy. 4 shots instead of 3 shots to the body, and 3 shots instead of 2 shots to the head, but its fire rate is so much better. Fire rate is one of the revolver's largest issues. I don't like this gun very much, but I don't hate it either. It should honestly, it should probably replace the revolver as a common, and the revolver should just be removed. So yeah, that is all the rares. Now we have legendaries. Semi-auto shotgun. This is the best of the not, like, mystery shotguns. I like it. It's only a little bit better than the pump shotgun, but it's still a beast. It's only a little better than the pump shotgun, but it is better. Its damage is definitely the least of the shotguns, but its capacity is the most, and the fire rate is also. So you can just spam this thing all day long, and I like it. And it's also, I think, it's one of the most accurate shotguns, although I think there's one shotgun that's a bit more accurate. We'll get to that later. So yeah, good. Heavy pistol. Despite the recent buff, I still think it's probably the weakest legendary in the game. Although before the buff is absolutely terrible, and now it's just it's basically a Derringer, but with 7 shots. And yeah, basically Derringer 7 shots. You can't really spam both the shots like you can at the Derringer. Yeah, I don't like it. This thing used to be such a this thing used to be an absolute monster back in the day, because it one-shot head, it was very accurate, fire rate was a little bit less, but it was still serviceable, and really the main thing is it did a lot more damage. Now it's just awful. Well, not like awful now after the buff it got. Before it did even less damage and got like, it had like 46 damage to the body, I believe, to where it can 3-shot body. But yeah, it's still bad. Heavy scoped assault rifle. This is something that got buffed though. So it's basically a scoped assault rifle, but better. It's got a bit less fire rate, but the damage is better. 5 shots, 50. Actually, it's more like a scoped automatic battle rifle. The scope isn't like makes it like that's the only compartment where it's weaker. A department where it's weaker than the battle rifle. But otherwise, it's better. It's fine. It's better than it used to be. Although this thing has just always been a meh legendary, so I don't really like it too much. Rocket launcher. This has been it's just kind of it's a bit weaker than it used to be, but it's still a beast. They recently remodeled it and then nerfed it slightly, so it's not like the best legendary in the game anymore, but it's probably in second place actually. Yeah, it's really good, but also very annoying. So yeah, it's a rocket launcher though. A rocket launcher in a shooter game will always be like really strong. So yeah. Semi-auto sniper. This thing used to be a direct upgrade to the basic sniper, had slightly faster fire rate and more damage and one more capacity, and then they nerfed it. So, although it's still 2 shots though, so I wouldn't really complain too much. But the accuracy sucks when you spam it. So you definitely should not spam it. Is it one-shot hit? Ah, I'm trying to shoot you in the head. Yes, okay, one-shot hit. Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't really love it either. I think I skipped a row. Lifesteal Scythe. So this is the legendary melee weapon, and this thing used to be broken, like extremely OP, and then it's still really good though. So it's 4 shots, and the thing they nerfed was if you landed a hit, it was still able to swing immediately after, like it would normally. Now it has to wait a little bit, but it's still very good melee. In fact, let me demonstrate why it's called, like why it's still set part of it. So, you do 30 damage, and when you hit someone, you take 15 health, and you gain 50. And then if you kill them, I believe you gain 50. Kind of slow at killing, but still really good. Nailgun. This has also been a pretty weak legendary for quite a while, and it's probably the second weakest legendary now. Yeah. Horrible damage fall off. Not very good capacity. Mad fire rate. Not very good like I guess damage is fine, but not that great. Pretty inaccurate. It's only slightly better than the heavy pistol now. Okay, compact SMG. This went from being a rare to a legendary, and it got buffed and it's broken. Not broken, but it's, I think I'm lagging a little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Why is it disconnecting? Why? And why is it not reconnecting? What the heck? Yeah, let me start it again, I guess. Check Robux down to detector. No, okay, it's working now. Okay. We'll be back in a minute. Just give it a minute to get back to the training area. I don't know why it disconnected, but whatever. My Wi-Fi does that pretty often. Although it's been less common lately, but it happened again. And I'm back. Where are we? Which one was it? Oh yeah, compact SMG. Yeah. Very, very powerful. basically Uzi, Uzi on track. Sure, it doesn't, like, 9 shot, I believe it's 11 shots instead, but it's close enough. Just, actually, no, this isn't 11 shot, it's 12 shots. Yeah, that's 11. It's also pretty accurate too, and its range fall off doesn't start for until a pretty long distance. Really the only issue with it is damage. Everything else on it is just great. So yeah. Combat assault rifle. I remember when this thing was like the meta, and then they honestly, while this is better than the heavy assault rifle, I enjoy using the heavy assault rifle more than this. This is basically just an upgraded version of the normal assault rifle, a bit less fire rate, and I might even be a bit less accurate. But it's got more damage, so I believe this 7 shots. So yeah. It's okay, I guess, but I don't really like it. LMG. This is the best legendary in the game right now, hands down. This thing has always been broken since it was added, but oh my god. And this isn't even the strongest the LMG has been since the Ragdoll Universe revamp happened. Like, cause when the revamp first happened, this is even better. And then they completely destroyed it, and then they brought it back. So, yeah. Absolutely meltingly, blisteringly high fire rate with really good damage for an automatic weapon. I believe it is it 7 shot or 8 shot? I don't know. Let me think. Okay, it 8 shots, but yeah, 8 shot with that high fire rate is a lot. And it's inaccurate, but not the most inaccurate. And its range fall off doesn't start till a pretty decent distance. It's broken and probably needs a nerf. We already did that. Energy cannon. This is basically like a weird version of an LMG, but it's worse. It's the 7. This one's 7 shots instead of 8 shots, and it's way more accurate. What is this? Oh yeah, and it's also got a really weird reload. But it's got a wind up time. Wait, what the heck? Oh no, it's headshotting. Okay. Yeah, it's... I don't hate it, but it's not that great either. Basically, it can't reload, it regenerates over time. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's not bad. Pulse rifle. This is the most overcomplicated thing in this game. Yeah. So, when you do it with the no-scope, it's like a shotgun. It's basically like a semi-auto shotgun, but with 4 shots and a bit less accurate. And then when you scope in, it's not only tap. Wait, no, not what I'm thinking. No, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so when you do it when you scope in at close range, it does less damage, but I believe it stuns. If you do it at long range, it one-shots. I think. Yeah. So it's really weird. It's not very good. It's just complicated. Yeah. Lever action shotgun. This is the most accurate shotgun in the game, but outside of that, it seems to be just a worse pump shotgun. I guess it has one more capacity. I'm probably gonna reload, but I still don't like it too much. Its damage is less. It's okay, but I don't like it too much. It's very simple. Bullet rifle. This is a Halloween event weapon, so basically, when you shoot, you actually lose a bit of health, and it's semi-auto, 50 shots, kind of like a battle rifle with less fire rate, but more damage. But if you hit someone, it heals, and then if you shoot quickly, it takes less health. So it's meant to be spam. It's kind of bad, but I don't, because it's the Halloween event, so I won't really count it. Okay, I don't have all the mystery weapons discovered. In fact, I don't even think I'm close to having all of them discovered. But I'm still gonna go over the ones I have. Minigun. Do I need to explain? LMG on crack. Yeah, that's the minigun. Auto shotgun. It's an automatic shotgun. Yay. Doombringer. Probably the best out of all of them. Watch and learn. Oh, stop rubber banding. Okay. I'm stunned. Yeah, it's a murder machine. With a massive AoE. And yeah, this thing's broken. Although this rarity used to be called overpowered for a reason. They just call it mystery now, but yeah. Trumpet. Probably the funniest weapon in this game. It's a shotgun, but it's a trumpet. And also really strong. Basically an auto shotgun with extra damage, but less capacity. And it's a trumpet. Yeah. This thing. It's basically, it's a Ragdoll. It's basically just it's kind of like a rifle, but different. And maybe a bit better. Although there's no point to this when the Doombringer exists. One shot is correct. So yeah. Scuff's pistol. Extremely easy. Uzi, but with extra capacity and yeah. Uzi with extra capacity and extra fire rate. And I love it. It used to be to where it was only automatic when you didn't aim down and it's semi-auto when you aimed it down, but they changed that and now it's amazing. Yeah. Barramine gun. This one is especially cursed. Basically, you launch one, you launch the other, and then they run towards each other and explode. And it does America stuff. You can put them right next. Where are they going? What's going on? This thing is pretty bad, but it's like extremely unreliable. But it does do a lot of damage, and it's funny. So yeah. Pan. This is the hammer on crack. 60 damage. And it still knocks back like crazy. But its fire rate sucks. Its hit rate, like its smash rate is really bad. But it's still really fun. That is all of the weapons. All the common, rare, and legendary weapons in the game. Plus most of the mystery weapons as well. Every month, I will be reviewing this and looking at any new weapons or changed weapons. So yeah, if I don't forget. So yeah, every month there will be a new Ragdoll Universe, Ragdoll Universe weapon-based video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want. You should definitely check out this game. If I remember to, I will leave a link to this game in the description. Give the developer all of your support. It's a very well-made game, and I love it. I'm gonna do gameplay videos soon, if you want to. If you want me to, like, leave suggestions in the comments if you want to see gameplay from this. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.